Hello, my name is David, and we're going to go over setting up a fish tank today. Now first, I would definitely get some warm water and some paper towels and wipe the tank down. You don't want to use chemicals because the chemicals can stay in the tank and poison the water, making it toxic for your fish to live in. You should always clean the tank, even if you get it from a friend or the store, because you never know what was inside it. And once you get the tank all wiped down and clean, figure out where you want to place the tank. And once you've figured out where you want to place the tank, I would suggest making sure that your power supply can reach the tank. So the power supply is plugged in and it will reach where we want it to go. So now I'll set my tank aside, and I suggest placing a mat down. There's imperfections in all stands, and you definitely want to have a mat to pick up those imperfections and fill in so that there's no flex in your tank, which can cause cracks in the glass or the silicone to come undone. Next, we have placed the outlet or surge protector in an area that we want, reaching the back of the tank and being able to reach all the accessories that go with the tank. Next will be cleaning the substrate. First, I like to put the rocks in a bowl and let the water overflow. Anything that floats can easily be washed away. Once there's nothing coming to the top and floating, you can dump it in a strainer and rinse it off, and then I dump it back in the bowl. You should use approximately 1 pound per gallon. So normally you'd go with about 10 pounds of substrate. This is 7 pounds, but it will work for the demonstration. Once all the rocks are placed in, you can level them out. Once those are all placed properly, we can go on to the next step, which would be filling it with water. Now I'm going to fill it with water before I add decor, because it'll usually get knocked around. I wouldn't fill it up all the way to the top just because we're going to be adding stuff to it. Now we can go around and level this all back out. Once that's done, we can go to our next step. Next, I would add some decor. It gives them a safe place to hide from other fish. It makes them feel safe. You can add some plants, clay pot, whatever else you'd like. Next, I would add my air pump. I'm going to go with a USB air pump. It will definitely move enough air for this tank. It is powered off of a USB outlet, which my surge protector has 3 of. So I can just plug it straight into the USB outlet, and it will move enough air for an air stone. But I prefer sponge filters. The sponge filter does exactly what the air stone does, but it adds some area for good bacteria to grow in. So we'll take the air pump add the air hose to it. I disconnect the tube, connect the air hose to the sponge filter, and connect it back together. You can place this wherever you'd like in the tank. Next I would add the mechanical filter. Now this filter is a Whisper 210. It should do up to a 10-gallon tank depending on what you keep in here. You can add this. This is going to be a mechanical filter. It's going to filter any debris or particles out of the water. Once that's placed, it does have changeable filters. Once they collect all the debris, you can swap these out bi-weekly or as needed. Then I would go and add the heater. You can add this heater. Now you want to go with 2.5 watts to 5 watts per gallon. If you live up in the Midwest, you definitely want to go with a little bit higher, especially if you're putting it near an external wall. That can cause the heat to fluctuate more, and you don't want that heater working extra hard. So I place the heater in there and have it set to what I'd like it to be set to. Next, we will add our thermostats. Next, we'll add our thermometers. I use a LCD thermometer. It's nice, it's easy to read. You can place it wherever you'd like. I usually place it on the side. And then here's the sensor, and I'll place the sensor in the tank. Once the sensor's in the tank, we'll usually add a stickered thermometer, and that way I can make sure that my LCD thermometer is working properly. I usually add that to the side so it stays out of the way and nobody can see it. So once all this is set up, you can go ahead and condition the water. What you want to do is, if you're on city water, there's chlorine and chloramine in the water. You need to condition that because that is poisonous to the fish. So this states 1 milliliter for every 20 gallons. If you add a little extra, it won't hurt anything. So once that's added, I would let this tank run for a little while, and then we can go ahead and add some quick start if you would like to place fish in here quicker than 2 to 3 weeks. What you can do is you can add quick start. It has good bacteria, beneficial bacteria in it, and it does state that you can have instant addition of fish. I would still wait a couple of days once this has been added. This is 10 milliliters per 10 US gallons, which is about 1 cap full. Go ahead and add that. Then I would let this run. So first, start the air pump, make sure that runs properly. Next, run the filter. Now we can add our top. Once the top's added, we can add the light. Go ahead and plug in the light. plug in the heater. Now I would let this run for a few days just to make sure that everything is set correctly, the temperature, and give that beneficial bacteria time to grow in there. The last but not least thing, I usually take a label maker and I will double print the item that's plugged in. That way if I need to quickly unplug something, if there's a problem with the light or the filter or the heater, I can quickly go to that position and unplug that. So I double print it and then tape it around the cord where it's plugged in. So I'll have the filter listed, the light, and the heater. If you have any questions on anything I've stated in the video today, please direct them in the comment section below. And thank you. If you liked the video today, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.